depart.
Be okay then. Be okay. Fine.
Okay. You are good?
Yes, we're good.
Thank you very much. I have, on the request of Kenyans, decided to say one or two things as to what is happening in the country before I depart for London, where I'm scheduled to have some meetings. And as I leave, I do share the pain of Kenyans. Kenya is staring at a serious crisis arising from the new prices of petrol, diesel that have been announced yesterday. And the ripple effect of what has happened is that starting tomorrow, matatus will increase their fares, buses will increase their fares, border riders will increase their charges because most industries use diesel. Consumer products will go up, and Kenyans in anguish. As we speak, many roads are empty. Kenyans are not able to fuel their vehicles, and we are staring at a national crisis, and things are very bad. And what we must tell the people of Kenya, the crisis that we face of increased prices for fuel has nothing to do with international challenges. It has nothing to do with the war in Iran. It has nothing to do with increased oil prices in the world. As I said the last time I talked about fuel, the crisis that we face is one of state capture and conflict of interest, where President William Ruto and Gulf Energy are the ones doing the business of fuel importation, and they have topped up too much profit to fleece the people of Kenya. The challenge that we face today has nothing to do with international prices, because when you look at the neighboring East African countries who are importing oil from the same source in the Middle East, their prices are down. Why the prices here are up is because President William Ruto, his business partners, Gulf Energy, are taking too much profit to fleece the people of Kenya. If you look at the comparison, today as we speak, in Kenya, petrol is 214 Kenya shillings. Diesel is 243 Kenya shillings. Our neighbors here in Uganda, who bring their fuel through Kenya from Mombasa by road, which means their fuel is supposed to be higher than Kenya's. A liter of petrol in Uganda is 188 Kenya shillings. A liter of diesel in Uganda is 181 Kenya shillings. If you look at Rwanda, a liter of petrol in Rwanda is 175 Kenya shillings. A liter of diesel in Rwanda is 171 Kenya shillings. Our neighbors here in Tanzania, a little bit higher, but way below Kenya. A liter of petrol in Tanzania is 204 Kenya shillings, while a liter of diesel is 210 Kenya shillings. In Ethiopia, a liter of petrol is 138 Kenya shillings, while that of diesel is 149. That tells you clearly that this problem is not international. Our neighbors are getting fuel from the same source, and their fuel is supposed to be cheaper than ours because their fuel comes through Kenya, and they have to pay extra money to get tankers from Mombasa through Nairobi to Kampala, through Nairobi to Rwanda. So what we're having as a problem in Kenya is where the president of the country is a businessman who doesn't care about his people and has decided to make profit out of his people. And that is the crisis that we are facing. And I must also say that this G to G arrangement is a fraud. We had been told when I was in government that it was supposed to regularize prices and cushion the people of Kenya from sporadic changes in pricing system. But the price keeps on going high. And what is annoying is that the fuel that is in the market today is of low quality. You remember the Minister of Trade and the Kenya Bureau of Standards announced to the people of Kenya that they have allowed the importation of fuel with 50 milligrams per liter of sulfur. This is very cheap fuel. Instead of this fuel going down, we would have expected, because the government has compromised on standards and brought fuel with a lot of sulfur, which is dangerous because sulfur, when it is exposed to the environment, turns into sulfuric acid, and that is not good for our engines. All these cars that are using this fuel, in the next 5-6 months, they'll start having what you call a slow knock in the engine. And if you push them more, they'll have a full knock. So we would have expected that this is cheap fuel, very low quality fuel, that has serious implications to the efficiency of our vehicles. There will be a lower price. But instead, because William Ruto is making money, the fuel has gone up. I have received information that this profit that the president and his partners are making from increased fuel prices has been used to purchase tallow oil in Turkana at $120 million US. And that is approximately 15.6 billion Kenya shillings. That is why they are in a haste to buy, to increase prices, to make more profit, to be able to buy tallow oil that is in Turkana. And we have also been told, and we have confirmed, that Gulf Energy have created a fake debt with the owners, with the previous owners, who were forced to sell tallow oil to William Ruto and his partners. They were literally forced out of the country. They created a fake debt of $2.5 billion US. And the arrangement is that once this fuel goes to the market, 1 barrel of oil from Turkana will go for $100. And $85 out of that $100 will go towards paying this fake debt. We are left with $15. Those $15, the national government will take 60%, the county government of Turkana will take 40%. There is nothing for the community. There is nothing for the Turkana people. I am tonight urging the people of Turkana to say no. The way the people of Ilikoromani in Kakamega refused their gold to be extracted without their consent, without them gaining, without them being stakeholders, the people of Turkana cannot allow William Ruto and Gulf Energy to take their oil and give them nothing. This oil they were given free by God to help them improve their lives. This oil in Turkana is sufficient. The proceeds from that oil is sufficient to transform lives, to build schools, to build roads, to connect electricity, to get water for domestic purposes, water for animals, and water for irrigation. In fact, the proceeds from this oil can change Turkana to be like Dubai, which would be a high area of food production using technology and other modern farming techniques that will be funded from the money from this oil. The people of Turkana cannot allow William Ruto and Gulf Energy to rob them, to steal their God-given natural resource, oil, and leave them with nothing. That is something that they must be able to do. So as I depart, I have discussed with my colleagues, and we are saying this situation cannot be allowed to happen. Matiang'i and kalonzomusyoka were away in Kisii.